How you doing? Happy New Year and that. Listen. Alright, we're gonna get straight into this, alright? Listen, I've come prepared, yeah. So make sure you hit that like button. In fact, before we get into that, yeah, before we even get into that, it's February already, right? So I'm still gonna wish y'all a happy new year. Get me? Like I said, it is February 2025 already. So I might as well wish you a happy new year and that. You know what I mean? Like, bear with me for a few seconds as well. All right, so basically, what I need you to understand, if you haven't subscribed yet, you might as well subscribe right now. Yeah. Um. Also, shout out to all the new subscribers and the returning subscribers. You already see the title of this video, so you know what's up. We're gonna get straight into this. Yeah, because the community guidelines are something that we all should know, but they keep adding, and it is what it is. So just to break down what we're going to go through already, because I already got a few things I've done before, but this is what we're going to run through. We're going to run through, sensitive language, you know, um, like V&D content. I'm going to be very careful with the words I'm saying there as well. Harassment and cyberbullying, all right. Harmful or dangerous content, well, hate speech, of violent and criminal organizations, uh, regulated goods. Like there's so many things that we're gonna run through. You understand? We're going to run through them. But so without further ado, let's just get straight into it. Let's get straight into it. Give me a second. I need to make sure that this is available to actually watch. Okay, I'm here anyway. All right. But yeah, let me know how your New Year's been so far. Do you know what I mean? How has it been so far? Like seriously, like how has it been? Because you see, in this life, sometimes we just gotta ask how it's been. Do you know what I mean? And what can be done to make it even more better? Or you know what I mean? So obviously we've gone through the overview in the By the way, my name is Versatile, aka the Alkebulan Trust. Get me? This is the channel you can come where you can trust that I'm gonna have great reaction videos. All right. However, because I was doing reaction videos, unfortunately, I ended up getting a community strike on my channel. So, I was unable to post content for about a week. And so I thought, you know what? When I come back, I have to do some reaction videos to what are the actual, community guidelines, because they weren't as specific into the details into why I got, do you know what I mean, banned. But it's fine. We keep it moving, all right? I'm not saying banned, but restricted. But anyway, let's so where we were we were here. So obviously I've done fake engagement, I've done impersonation, external links, spams, deceptive practices and scams, playlists, additional policies, and child safety. So now we are at the part where when it comes to thumbnails. All right. So listen, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the bell notification. Get me? Let's keep it moving. Let's keep it grooving. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. So this is the thumbnail policy. All right. Thumbnails and other images that violate community guidelines aren't allowed on YouTube. Images include banners, avatars, posts, and any other YouTube feature that has images. So they're just explaining what. I want to read that again just so I can really understand it. So, thumbnails and other images that violate our community guidelines aren't allowed on YouTube. Okay, so what do they mean by that? Why don't we just get straight into it? Like, this is what would violate the community guidelines if you post this type of thumbnail. These are going to say, like, keep it basic. You know what I mean? Anyway, so images include banners, avatars, posts, and any other YouTube feature that has images. If you find thumbnails or other images that violate this policy, report them. If you find a few videos or comments that you want to report, you can report the channel. Anyway, what this policy means for you. Don't post a thumbnail or other images on YouTube if it shows. You see, this is what they should have really started with. Just get straight into it. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, mature imagery. I'm not even going to say that word. Mature acts, the use of mature toys and fetishes or other naturally gratifying imagery. I have to be careful with the words I'm saying. So if I sound like I'm, you know, doing the Missy Elliott thing, don't mind me in it. Nudity. Oh, that even still said the same thing. But anyway, you know what I'm saying. That including that. So N including G. Imagery that depicts unwanted sexualization, violent imagery that intends to shock or disgust, graphic or disturbing imagery with blood or gore, sensitive or lewd language, a thumbnail that misleads views or think they're about to view something that's not in the video. That is clickbait, and I do not like clickbait. That's why I said the content you're going to see in this live stream is basically exactly what is going what exactly what's going to be. It says what it's does in the tin, basically. You know what I mean? This is what we're going to get into. Like, shout out to Paps though, because I did ask if I could react to his content, and he let me know. Sure, you can. Like, he said, I can't remember. He responded back quickly, basically. I still need to respond back to him, basically. But look, the reality is, sometimes it feels like I'm gonna have to ask for permission, right? Which is fine. But this is very interesting in regards to the thumbnail, because you see when it comes to the thumbnail, like let's for example forget. So look, here's the thing about thumbnails, because sometimes with thumbnails you want to make sure that it pops. You want to make sure that it's like if you're a content creator, and even if you're not a content creator, and you can relate to this still. Most times when it comes to content, it's not always going to be the title that grabs you. It's the actual imagery of the actual video. That's like, you know what I mean? Like, think about it. Leave your answer in the comment section below. On a scale of 1 to 10, how important is the thumbnail to you? And does it have to relate? In fact, so on a scale of 1 to 10, how is it important to you? 10 being the highest. And then the next question I'm going to ask is this. When it comes down to the imagery of the content or the thumbnail, does it need to include what the video is going to be about? Because most times when it is about that, it makes it a lot more like you understand it because it tells a story. Like, you know what I mean? Like if you go to my other channel, the Real Versatile channel, you will see that I've been learning how to do certain thumbnails. You know what I mean? Like I'm having fun with it. So you know, when I do find something that I really feel like I can create on here, you'll see it. And again, they say this above list isn't complete. So why do they keep doing this? Let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. Sometimes so age restricted thumbnails and thumbnail removal. Sometimes a thumbnail may not be appropriate for all audiences, but it doesn't violate our community guidelines when it happens. We may age restrict the video or we may remove the thumbnail, but we don't issue a strike on the channel. If we remove a thumbnail, we will let you know. You can upload another thumbnail. Here's what we consider. When we remove or age restrict these kind of thumbnails, whether that team, I say that team because I'm thinking about that French, is it a French team? You know what I'm saying? The derriere or G are the focal point of the thumbnail. Whether the subject is depicted in a pose or clothing that is intended to mentally arouse the viewer. Huh? Oh, I get what I mean now. Whether violent or gory imagery is the focal point of the thumbnail, whether written text is intended to be vulgar or shock or disgust viewers. The shock thing, I'm trying to still understand now, because if you're honest, like if there's content that you want to watch that is drama based, yeah, most time those headlines and those wording, even in the thumbnail, is actually shocking. Do you understand? Like, and it draws your attention. So that's going to be interesting how to navigate that. You know what I mean? But obviously, it is what it is. Whether the title, description tags, or other data indicate the intent to shock or disgust viewers. Most times, I'll be honest, like even with the content I've been creating on my other channel, it's like it's not necessarily to shock people. It's more of the fact that this is actually shocking. Like, do you know what I'm saying? This is shocking. There's something else I'm gonna react to on my other channel like later on. But like that is as well as that's also shocking. I don't know what the facts are. I only saw the brief headline of it and I thought, okay, let's see. You know what I mean? But anyway, what happens when the thumbnail violates the policies? As per usual, if your thumbnail contains P, we may terminate your channel. If your thumbnail violates other policies, we remove the thumbnail and may issue a strike against your account. If this is the first time you posted the content that violates our community guidelines, you're likely to get a warning with no penalty to the channel. You will have the option to take policy training to allow the warning to expire after 90 days. However, if one of your thumbnails violate the same policy within that 90-day window, the warning may not expire. Oh my days. You know, I just realized I wasn't sharing this tab all this time. All this time, I wasn't sharing this tab. Crazy thing. So we're just going to briefly go over it. So as you can see here, I won't even read it. You know what I mean? We see it here. We see it here. We see it here. You know what I mean? We see it here. We see it here. We see it here. You know what I mean? I apologize if you didn't see that. Do you know what I mean? Where was I now? So the warning may not expire, and your channel may be given a strike if you violate policy and complete training. You will get another warning. If you get 3 strikes in 90 days, or your channel is deducted violatively content, your channel may be terminated. Learn about our strike system. We may terminate your channel or your account. Repeated violations. The irony. I want to mention that what I said that team, and then I just see a notification that team is playing PSG today. You literally couldn't make it up. No, seriously, you literally if you think I'm playing, watch this. Yeah, I'll do after this. If you get 3 strikes in 90 days, the channel. Okay, I read that. If you terminate your channel or your account for repeated violations of the community guidelines alternative service, we may also terminate your channel or account after a single case of severe abuse or when the channel is dedicated to policy violation. We may prevent repeat offenders for taking policy training in the future. Learn more about the channel or account termination. But before we do that, and before we move on to the next one, let me show you something. Watch this. You think I'm playing? Look, I kid you not. You understand? I kid you not. I can't even say the name of that team. Do you know what I mean? Because it violates community guidelines if I actually say it. But it's all about context. I mean, in football, they can more or less get away with it. But yeah, man. So I just got to see where the Blue Coast team is. Yeah, I mean, they're probably 13th. No, they're not. They're 9th. Impressive. Anyway. So where was he? All right. So that's that one. Let me know what your thoughts are on that particular community guideline. Let me know what your thoughts are. Did you learn anything new? Like, what did you learn? If you learned anything, what did you learn? Bear with me, cause all right. What did you learn? Let me know. Give me a second. Yeah, man, I'm gonna shout out this person here. Forgive me if I can't pronounce your name. But shout you out, you know what I mean? Shout you out. If you want to shout out, go ahead, leave a comment in the comment section in the live feed. Get me, I'll give you a shout out. Let's go. Let's hope that this time though I don't make the mistake of not sharing the page. So next is the N and basically mature content. Yeah. Oh, look at that. All right, so let's turn on the speaker. All right. By the way, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you're here. Make sure you also share this live as well, which I forgot to mention earlier. Make sure you share. I'll be going through the rest of the community guidelines. You know what I mean? I've been dragging it out, so it's time for me to just get on with it and just focus on just posting these content and just go, and then we get back to normal settings, but on a different and a more evolved level. Yeah. So this particular guideline is mature content policy. So let's get straight into it. Yeah, man. Let me know what your thoughts are, what you learned as well. But yeah, let's just get straight into it. You want to shout out, you know what to do. Anyway, so let's play this. Let's see what they're saying.
True or false? Nudity is never allowed on YouTube.
True.
What do you think? The answer is false.
How?
While sexually explicit content like pornography isn't allowed, we actually allow nudity when the primary purpose is educational, documentary, scientific, or artistic. And if there's no nudity, but minimal clothing meant only to be sexually provocative, it'll likely be age-restricted. Let's take a look at other examples. A creator uploads a video about the greatest works of art in history, which contains nude artwork. In another video, a creator uploads a compilation of hacked photos and clips that contain nude celebrities. Do either of these videos violate our community guidelines? Yes. The second video violates the sex and nudity policy because the content and purpose of the video is meant to be sexually gratifying.
Okay.
Of course, there are gray areas and lots more to our policy around sex and nudity on YouTube. How much of it do you understand? For example, what if you just made a playlist of clips of celebrity wardrobe accidents? Could your channel get a strike? To learn the answer and more, go to the YouTube Help Center article on sex and nudity. Click here or the link in the description. Thanks for watching.
Who makes content, who makes a playlist just for that, you're a weirdo. I ain't trying to judge people, but nah, that's just weirdo behavior. Like that's weirdo behavior. Nah, that's weirdo behavior. Even just a what? Anyway. Okay, that's the usual. Explicit content meant to be sexually gratifying is not allowed on YouTube. Posting minority may result in content removal or channel termination. I know what I'm remixing, reloading words, you know what I mean, saying that backwards as if my name is Missy Elliott and that, you know what I mean, but it has to be said, innit? You know what I mean? I ain't trying to get another strike on my channel, you know what I mean? I'm just not. Like, I'm just trying to educate, you know what I mean? I'm trying to learn for myself as well, but I'm also trying to educate at the same time. But anyway, make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. Let's keep it moving. Let's go. Shout you all out. Let's go. So video containing metish content will be removed or age restricted. In most cases, violent, graphic, or humiliating metishes are not allowed on YouTube. If you find content that violates this policy, report it. Instruction for reporting violations as per usual. You know what to do. All right, cool. I ain't got to reread all the same thing. This doesn't make sense. Sexually explicit content featuring minors or content that sexually exploits minors is not allowed on YouTube. It shouldn't even exist in the first place. Let's start there. We report content containing child sexual abuse imagery to the National Center of Missing and Exploited Children, who work with global law enforcement agencies. What this policy means for you: if you're posting content, explicit content that violates this policy could result in channel termination. This policy applies to the real world dramatized, illustrated, and animated content, including mesh scenes, video games, and music. Don't post content on YouTube if it shows a depiction of clothed or unclothed genitals or that meant for sexual gratification. Minority, the deception or sexual acts or metaphors that are meant for sexual gratification. This is crazy work to be saying all this. I ain't gonna lie. You know, listen, I need to drink, bruv. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's actually, yo. Anyway. But yeah, let me know what your thoughts are so far. Are you learning something new? Because I'm certainly am. And Because I'm like, maybe in general, it's not needed, and not even not needed in general. I'm just saying, in general, it's like, yeah, they have a policy for it, but I didn't know that there's some things that are allowed and some things that are not allowed. I didn't know that, but it's not like I'm gonna post that type of content in the first place. You know what I mean? Yeah, like it's just not something I'm gonna do. Bear with me for a second. I need to check. I need to make sure this thing is working as well. Hold on. Bear with me. All right. So where are we? So other types of content that violate this policy. Never. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Hey, Mondolin or Mum, yeah, or G or B or B. Listen, I'm gonna say it like that. Using meth toys to give viewers menstrual gratification, N or partial N that's meant for menstrual gratification, non-consensual mess acts are or the promotion or glorification of non-consensual mess acts, such as menstrual assaults in that thing. Nah, I'm not even gonna try to remix those words and not say those words. Because even so, like, anyway. Unwanted menstrualization such as non-consensually share imagery of voyeurism, wardrobe accidents or nude, or end photo leaks, non-consensual zooming in or prolonged focus and emphasis on B or general so that G area or the purpose of menstrual gratification. There's so much of this in this particular thing that it's inevitable. I'm going to end up saying it. You know what I mean? So I'm going to be very careful. So if YouTube are watching, I don't mean anything harm by it. I am literally just reading this to understand and trying to teach others at the same time. You know what I mean? All right, so violence or graphic or humiliating message content where the purpose is menstrual gratification, aggregating content that is meant for menstrual gratification, any menstrual content involving minors, see or child safety on YouTube page for more information. The above list, it says note, the above list isn't complete. They need to allow it. They need to allow it. I'm sorry. They need to allow it. Because end of the day, everybody needs to know the full list. Everyone deserves to know the full list. Because if you end up violating community guidelines without being aware of what those guidelines are, whose fault is it? And then if you try to I don't know, I won't say, yeah, if you try to appeal it, like if you try to appeal it, who knows? Like, this is what I'm trying to say, man. Like, ah, and I don't even have a phone number either. Anyway, I'm gonna get into the details in regards to that. Let me not complain. All right, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. All right, you know what I mean? I'm just saying. But anyway, the policy applies to video. So hold on. Oh, look at that. There's more. Okay, no, that's that. So educational content. Okay. Or was? Hold on. Okay, there is more. There is more. Okay, age restricted content. We may age restrict content if it includes N or the S content that but doesn't depict anything described above. We consider the following when deciding whether to age restrict or remove content. Whether clothed or unclothed, B, or G are the focal point of the video. Whether the subject is depicted in a pose that is intended to S, arouse in the viewer, whether the language used in the video is graphic or lewd. You see how I'm trying to be careful with the words I'm saying. Whether the language used in the video is graphic or lewd. I ain't trying to be graphic. I ain't trying to be lewd. I'm just trying to read exactly what's on here. You know what I'm saying? So if it violates community guideline policies, that's on them because they're the ones who put that there. If they just said certain words in the way that it should have been said, you know what I mean? How else are you supposed to, do you know what I mean? Anyway, so yeah, so basically, whether the language, so whether the subject's actions in the video encourage SA, okay, S, you know what I'm saying? It's there, such as by touching of B or G or revealing undergarments, whether the clothing would be generally unacceptable in public context, such as lingerie, whether S imagery or audio has been blurred, masked, or obscured, whether S imagery or audio is fleeting or prolonged in the content, whether the content invites others to participate in a challenge involving S acts, which is very interesting because I remember I was watching a episode of the podcast, and it's funny because there's one particular podcast they invited them on the podcast, but that those guests have a particular podcast where they talk about these type of subjects. So they were talking about those type of subjects on the podcast that they were a guest on. But not only that, there's another podcast where I won't say they strictly talk about that, but it does seem like that. You know what I mean? Irrespective of who the guest is, I'm like, ah, right, okay. So I'm like, at one point I thought, I can't even watch this anymore because I thought, what is this? I don't know. You know what I mean? That's just me. I'm like, I can't watch things like this. It's just not my thing, bruv. I'm not like knocking anyone's content or anything like that. I'm just saying, you know, when you feel at a certain age or a certain point in your life, you're like, is this for me or it's not for me? Do you know what I mean? That's the great thing about content online. You have the ability to say, this is no longer for me. I'm gonna watch something else instead. You understand? Like, it's not by force that you watch something that's not for you and then comment and say, I am no longer interested in this content. I'm gonna, do you know what I mean? Like, allow it, man. Grow up. Anyway, educational content. We may allow S content when the primary purpose is educational, documentary, scientific, or artistic. So in this case, if I was to say these words, for example, they will allow it? I ain't chancing it. I'm just not chancing it. For example, when the primary purpose is educational, blah, blah, blah. For example, a documentary on B cancer that shows NB would be appropriate, but posting clips out of context to S gratify from the same documentary is not. Okay. That was a bit confusing. Oh no, I get it. But then I think it's the way that it would have been edited. So if it is edited in a way that they wanna like, but then I don't know how you would. Some people are really sick-minded. Do you know what I'm saying? They're very sick and twisted. Like I said that someone got twisted up on the floor just now. And once again, I want to mention it. If you watch me on my live streams, you already know. You already know what time it is, and it's a Saturday. Oh. Anyway, where was that? So, all right. So, out of context, and in indigenous communities during medical procedures, during childbirth, during artistic performances, or during bee feeding, may not meet our documentary exception. Makes sense. I understand it, but the indigenous thing, I don't know. It's like, I don't know. But then again, it's like, I don't know. I don't know. My bad is, I don't know. Because it's not something I think of, innit? So the same applies to depictions of M scenes in artistic content such as films, audio, stories, music, or video games. For example, a film with M scene may be allowed if it included details such as the name of the film, the directors, actors in the video content, and in the video description. Remember, giving context in content title and description will help us and your viewer determine your primary purpose of this video. For example, at the end of the day, even though, yes, we are talking about this type of subject, this is generally for educational purposes. You know what I mean? Like, it's for educational purposes. I'm not gonna like, you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot to run through as well. So I'm gonna try and just breeze through this. We'll just get a nice understanding, and we keep it moving. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. By the way, let's go. All right. So for educational documentary, scientific or artistic content that's adult material or graphic violence, we may take into account official third-party rating to decide whether the content may take into may content remain on YouTube. Sorry, I've lost train of thought. For educational, documentary, scientific, or artistic content that's adult material or graphic violence, we may take into account official third-party rating to decide whether the content may remain on YouTube. Content that follows our policies but isn't appropriate for all audiences is age-restricted. Age-restricted content isn't viewable to anyone who's under 18 years of age or signed out. Okay, so examples. Here are some examples of content that's not allowed on YouTube. Clips extracted from non-P films, show, or other content in order to isolate as content, real world or artistic. G or kissing, public, M or upskirting or voyeurism, or P predatory. I can say that word, I guess. I hope so. What the hell is that word? Exhibitionism, or any other content that depicts someone in sexualized manner without their consent. Content that depicts menstrual acts, behaviors of mess toys that meant for menstrual gratification. Note, the above is some examples. If you think content might be violate the policy, don't post it. I hear that still. I hear that. Oh, they fumbled. Anyway. More examples. Okay, more examples. All right, playlists. To aggregate content containing N or S themes for the purpose of S gratification. Provocative dances that is focused on the dancers G or B that includes F or G. Content that S are in any form. And another. Where was that? Content that S are in any form or content aggregates film or dramatized are scenes, audio or textual depictions of S acts for the purpose of S gratification, content showing bodily fluids or excretions such as U for the purpose of S gratification. What in the? I'm about to say what in the R. Kelly, but I was going to mention what in the P. Diddy, but no Diddy. Do you know what I'm saying? Anyway, content using otherwise everyday objects or scenarios such as injections or eating for the purpose of S gratification. Okay, I know what you mean by that. Video game or content which has been developed or modified for S gratification or focuses on theme of unwanted S. Yeah, okay. I guess we're nearly here. All right, so that's basically more or less the same thing as. So one thing I've noticed about these community guidelines policies, in a sense, is they always mention if the content violates the policy, then they tell you the warning, this, that, the first. You know what I mean? This is what they do. So I hear like there's some things that are not worth going over. But what did you learn? Let me know what you learned in that particular segment there, because I feel like I feel like what I learned. Yeah. I'm not being funny here. I feel like some things are just common sense, but I thought also this is the type of content. Sorry, this is the type of content that you have to really, really be careful. You know what I'm saying? When I say you genuinely have to be careful, you genuinely have to be careful. I'm not even joking. Like, because YouTube don't play. They don't play. You know what I mean? But let's keep it moving. Like, follow, share, subscribe. Let's keep it moving. Now we're going to get into another subject on there. But yeah, but in fact, let me know what your thoughts are. Leave your answer in the comment section below if you're watching. You know what I mean? Make sure you share, because at the end of the day, this is information that we all need to know, whether you are a content creator or whether you're just a regular, I like the word regular person just watching content. It's important to know this information Like, you know what I mean? It generally is. It generally is. Um, so now we're gonna get into, you know, S and SH. Again, I can't really say these words, but we're gonna keep it moving. Make sure you hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Make sure you like, comment, all that stuff there. You know what I mean? Let's get into SH, and eating disorders policy. This is gonna be very intriguing, especially because of this word, this term here. Only because like, what do they mean by that? Because you know, if there's someone who creates fitness content, for example, or someone who does ASMR, you know what I mean? Like, because even if someone who does fitness content, to some degree, you know what I mean? It's like, I'm not, they may not, let me not do that. You know what I mean? Let me just keep moving. Uh, so yeah. At YouTube, we take the health and well-being of all our creators and viewers seriously. Awareness and understanding of mental health is important, and we support our creators in sharing their stories, such as posting content discussing their experience with depression, harm, eating disorders, or other mental health issues. However, we do not allow content on YouTube that promotes S harm or eating disorders that intend to shock or disgust or that poses as considerable risk to viewers. That's interesting now, because I don't think I've ever seen content where someone's they're posting to promote this type of content. Well, as far as eating disorder is concerned, because I've seen some videos, and the thing is, it's not like they tell you to follow what they're doing. They just say this is their story, this is their journey. You know what I mean? That's the way I see it. But maybe it's just because of the content I'm seeing, and you know what I mean? But anyway, let's keep it moving. So did I miss out? Okay, no. So, however, okay, I read that. 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 All right. So, what do you do if you find this content? Do the same thing as usual. All right. So we're just gonna keep it moving. What do you do? What to do if you need support? Now, this is very important, because I don't know what any of you are going through. So, if you are going through something, and even haven't told anyone, I won't say it's not fine, but I will say we're here now. All right. So let's just go through this in general, and then yeah. If you are depressed, having thoughts of S harming, or experiencing an eating disorder, now know there is help and you're not alone. You're not alone. I know I break into song now and again. While coping with painful emotions, many people might experience this issue. Um, Talking to a mental health care provider can help determine if you have a mental illness that requires care. It can also help you identify healthy, effective coping strategies and develop skills to manage difficult feelings. S and S harm supports resources. Below is a list of organizations dedicated to help those in need in different countries and regions. They recognize crisis service partnership by very country and region. Excuse me. All right, so here is the full list, but it says the website findthehelp.com and wikipedia.org, list of uh, all that's there. It's all here. It's all here. I'm glad they did this though, but they are missing a few other countries. Start beginning with A and beginning, because for example, where's Angola? You know what I'm saying? Where's Burundi? I'm just saying that we gotta think about other countries, bruv. Do you know what I mean? Like, they always skip our African and Caribbean countries. Like, always, bruv. So maybe we can find a way to do that. At least it's Costa Rica is in America, but technically, I don't know, it is what it is. But so they got one for let's just run through the list. Australia, Argentina, Brazil, Belgium. They got another one in Belgium as well. Czech Republic. Oh, Bulgaria, my bad. No, there is two Belgiums. Czech Republic, Bulgaria, I mentioned that, Canada, Costa Rica, Denmark, France, Finland, Germany, Greece, Hong Kong, Hungary, India, Ireland, Italy. I know I didn't say that one, but I mean, I ain't trying to get banned out here. um, New Zealand, did I mention Japan, Netherlands, Norway, Pakistan, Peru, Peru, I can't even say the other one. Hey, politics is crazy, what? You know what I mean? There's certain words that are trigger words. Spain, Singapore, South Korea, Switzerland, Taiwan, Thailand, United Kingdom. Where's the one for like, you know what I mean? Eating disorder, to go on for eating disorder support services. Um, Again, I need to have a complete list for every single country. I'm not even joking. I need to, because it's not just like these countries that are just access to YouTube and that. You know what I mean? Like, but we move in it. We move. All right. So, community guidelines, posting suicide. Oh, did I say that word? My bad. YouTube. S harm or eating disorders when it comes to YouTube should not be afraid to speak openly about topics of mental health, suicide, S harm. That's it again. And eating disorder in a supportive and non-harmful way. Well, I am afraid to speak on it. Do you know what I'm saying? The irony is I'm very afraid. However, there are times when content is created that is sensitive and may pose a risk for some users. All right. So when you create content that contains S or S harm or eating disorder related topics, take into account the possible negative impact of your content on the other users, especially minors that use users who may be sensitive to this content. So that's what I'm saying, to pay attention if you're going through something, and you know what I mean. And because at the end of the day, look, the reality is we're human beings, yeah, and you know what I mean. Even if you don't tell someone what you're going through, you know what I mean. Sometimes all it takes is just either you speak to someone, or even if you don't speak to someone, it could just spark. All right, let me. If someone, I don't know, if you watch a content, for example, you could just watch something, you realize, wait, I needed that. You know what I mean? I needed that. So that's another a good thing about this particular situation here. But let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. Because I know that it is a very sensitive topic. I don't even want to be too long on this particular segment either. I'll be honest. It's very sensitive. To protect and support your viewers and other users, please follow the community guidelines below. Your created content related to S harm or eating disorders not following the community guidelines may result in the strike, removal of content, or other restrictions to protect users. You see what I'm going to say? Why I want to move on quickly. The community guidelines applies to videos, video description, comment, live streams. You see, and I'm live streaming right now, or any other YouTube product or feature. Keep in mind that this isn't a complete list. Please note that these policies also apply to the external links in your content. This could include clickable URL, verbally directing users and other sites and videos as well. So don't post the following content promoting or glorifying S or S harm or eating disorders, instructions on how to, or by S engage in S hate, S harm, or engage in eating disorders, including how to conceal them, content related to suicide, suicide. I can't even see these words. This is what I'm trying to say. S or S harm or eating disorders that targeted at minors, graphic images of S harm, visuals of bodies of S victims unless blurred or covered, or they are fully obscured, videos showing the lead up to S or S attempts and S rescue footage without sufficient context, content showing participating in instructions or S and S harm challenges. Example, I won't even mention those because we don't need to know the names of those. That's just facts, all right? So S notes or letters without sufficient content that features weight-based bullying in context of eating disorder. Justin Clive is like, I'm on it. Let me score today, bruv. Anyway, in some cases, we may restrict rather than remove S or S harm eating disorder content and meet one or more following criteria. For example, by placing an age restriction or warning or crisis resource panel on the video. Please note this is not a complete list. content that is meant to be educational, documentary, scientific, or artistic. Content that is of public interest, which I believe this is of public interest, and I believe this is supposed to be educational. All right, that's just me. You can let me know in the comments below if you are feeling like you're being educated on this, because me personally, I'm being educated. You know what I mean? Um, Dramatizations or S content that includes but is not limited to animation videos of games, music videos, clips from movies and shows, detailed uh detailed discussion of S or S harm methods, location or hotspots, graphic description of S harm or S. Eating disorders recovery content include details, maybe triggering or at risk viewers. Okay. 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 Anyways, give me the best practices for creators posting content about this particular content. I'll just say that. We recommend using the best practices in content related to S or S harm to protect your viewers from harm or distress. Avoid showing person you by S respect their and their family's privacy. Learn more. Use wording that is positive and supportive and focus on recovery, prevention, and stories of hope. Um, Include information and resources of S or S harm prevention and coping strategies. Try and include both or in the video itself a description of the video. Do not use centralized language or dramatic visuals. Provide context, but avoid discussing how the victim by suicide. Do not mention the method or location. Blur content that contains images of edge victims that can blur. You can blur your video. The editor in a YouTube studio. This is a lot. Make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Let's keep it moving. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. We recommend using these best practices and content related to eating disorder to protect your viewers from harm and distress. Focus on the impact of disorder instead of details of disordered eating behavior. Tell your audience that eating disorders commonly cause severe complications. Include info and resources in eating disorder prevention and coping strategies. Try to include in both the video itself and description on the video. And then obviously it goes through the usual suspects of what to do. But then on top of that, it does say warnings and supportive resources. YouTube may show features or resources to users when content contains S or S harm topic. Example, a warning on your video before it starts playing. Including so indicating that it contains content relating to S and S harm. A panel under the video containing support resources such as phone numbers of S prevention organizations. I'm glad that they do that because I'll be real with you. When it comes down to it, that is what's needed to be done. But let me know what your thoughts are on that particular subject. Because give me a second. Yeah, like cause this type of content, like I said, it's very anyway, I shouldn't be upset that Liverpool are winning when I'm live streaming all the time. Just all the time. And then I try live stream when Chelsea are playing and they lose, bruv. One time they won, second time they lost. But anyway, um, actually no, twice I can't remember. And let's keep moving. But anyway, let me know what you learned in regards to that. Do you know what I mean? Because obviously, when it's all said and done, when it comes down to this particular subject, life is very, you know what I mean, is what it is. But anyway, let's keep it moving. Now we're gonna talk about sensitive language. All right. So like I said, we're gonna keep it moving, keep it grooving. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Man's got 21 goals, bruv. 21 goals. Crazy. Best African. Well, aside from Didier Drogba, Mo Salah is the best African footballer in the Premier League. Aside from Citizen Babayara. Anyway, let me not be. Anyway, let's get straight into this one. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. Let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. Make sure you share. Because obviously I know you're going to be interested in the content. If you're not interested, is what it is. But like I said, there's a reason why I'm doing this particular content. It's because at the end of the day, you know, unfortunately, I violate. There was a time when I violated community guidelines, and I didn't know which one it was. They still haven't been. They still don't really specify. But it's only right that I just go through them all, so I make sure that I personally don't go through that experience again, and you don't ever experience that, whether you're a content creator or not, because you know what I mean. You just never know. You just never know. All right. So sensitive language. Some languages may not be appropriate for viewers under 18. If you find content that violates this policy, report it. Instructions for reporting violations of your community guidelines are available here. If you found a few videos or comments that you would like to report, you can report the channel. What this policy means to you: if you're posting content, explicit content that violates this policy, this policy could result in age restriction content removal or a strike. We may consider the following factors when deciding whether to age restrict, remove, or content or issue a strike. There was actually a time where YouTube did age restrict one of our content on this particular channel. I'm not trying to remember what content it was. I know it was for a short, I believe it was, but I just can't remember which one it was and why. I literally can't remember. Now, I want to give like an example of what not to do. You know what I'm saying? So use of explicit language or narrative, use excessive profanity in the content, use the heavy profanity or suggested terms in content title, thumbnails, or associated metadata. It's so interesting, the black fourth official, bruv. I don't think I've ever seen, well, I have seen one, but in the Premier League, it is rare. But it's good to see. Anyway, let's get back into this content. Use of excessive sounds. Again, the above list isn't complete. Why do they keep doing that? They shouldn't do that. Just give the complete list. Here are some of the examples content that may be age restricted. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments section below. Should they list to complete list? Yeah, to make it easier for us all. Because it's not like they have a phone line where you can call them and say, "Oh, is this?" You know what I mean? Like, or do they? Or do they have a direct email? Do this? I don't know. Listen, I'm just curious. I'm just curious because you can't be giving out all these rules and regulations, and then you know what I mean. You're limited on the amount of time you can. You're limited on resources, so to speak. And you're like the second biggest search engine in the world. Well, I can say the second biggest search engine. Let's just say in the Western world. All right. Anyway, where was that? This policy applies to videos that description, comments, live streams, audio, and any other YouTube product or feature. Remember, these are just some examples. And don't post content if you think it might violate this policy. But the problem is, how do you know? We may allow vulgar language when the primary purpose is educational, documentary, scientific, or artistic, and isn't gratuitous. See, I'm learning new words again. For example, the title of the song with a curse word or song that contains large amount of profanity. Remember that given context is given context in the content title and description will help us and the viewer determine the primary purpose of this video, which has got me thinking because I remember Miss Banks, she has a song called Boss B. That's not the B. I'm pretty sure you probably know what it's called, and it's on this particular channel as well. And it's like I'm thinking, how do I even react to this, bro? You know what I mean? How? Like, I wish artists do not be profanity in the song title. Can I just keep it within the music? That's fine, yeah. But obviously, the profanity shouldn't really be as much in general. Like, just be artistic with the thing, bruv. You know what I mean? Right, get me. Let's be artistic with your music, but it's fine, innit? It's expression, innit? I get it. So if they're allowing it just because it's music, then cool. Okay, and it's just the usual smoozle when it comes to what happens in the content violates this policy, really. Um, so yeah, let me know what your thoughts are on that particular, um, like on that particular, that community guideline. Let me know because I feel like this type of segment, yeah. I'm so look. Let me give you an example, right? Let's go back to where is it? Let's go back to the list. See, look, because I've already gone through the the spam and deceptive practices, and now obviously just finished doing the S content. Now, you know what I mean? It's the or maybe I should keep it like that. Maybe I should keep it as simple as that. I don't know because I feel like I've been on here for quite some time now, and every time I feel like I'm on here for quite some time, it's very, you know what I mean. I got to go on the other channel, you know what I mean, and react to the other channel. But you know what? Let's just get let's you know let's just. I'm just thinking. I'm hoping. No, let's just get all out of the way. Let's get all out of the way. Let's get all out of the way. Do you reckon I can get this all out of the way though? For real though? I don't think I can. But we'll just keep him. Let's see. But let me know what your thoughts are. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Next is harassment and cyberbullying. Look, we're gonna need the audio again, so we're gonna just get straight into it. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. Let's keep it moving. All right, so let's make sure that it's sharing. Let's go. Get me. So next is obviously the harassment and cyberbullying policies. Let's hear what they got to say.
True or false? If you make a video that encourages viewers to post cruel and malicious comments on another video, that could result in a strike on your channel.
True.
The answer is true. Content.
You see? This is what I'm gonna say. Whether you create content or whether you don't create content and you just watch videos and you comment down and again, you see what I'm saying? It's still worth learning about these policies. Let's keep it moving. Let's just rewind that. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. Let's go.
True or false? If you make a video that encourages viewers to post cruel and malicious comments on another video, that could result in a strike on your channel. The answer is true. Content or behavior intended to harass, threaten, or bully others is not allowed on YouTube. Neither is maliciously recording someone without their consent or revealing someone's private personal information. Let's take a look at some examples. Creator A is angry after a heated exchange with Creator B and decides to share Creator B's personal home address and private phone number in a video that encourages viewers to send nasty messages to Creator B. In another video, a creator wants fans to communicate with them directly via social media, so they share their social media handles and email address on their channel. Do either of these videos violate our community guidelines?
Yeah, this one.
Yes. The first video violates our harassment policy. Don't use YouTube to maliciously share personal information about another individual. But how about photo editing someone's face into an embarrassing image? What about uploading videos of prank calls to emergency services? Are those violations too? To learn those answers and more about our harassment policy, go to the YouTube Help Center article linked here, or use the link in the description. Thanks for watching.
Really got me thinking because I've got anyway, it doesn't matter. All right, shout out to Flavor. If you know, you know. Anyway, you want me to get some more flavor, let me know. Get me. You're gonna come section below. I'll see if I can. Anyway, so let's keep it moving. Excuse me. We don't allow content that targets someone with prolonged insults and slurs based on their physical traits or protected group status. We don't allow other harmful behaviors like threats or doxing. Keep in mind that we take a stricter approach on content that targets minors, as they should. So, do you know what I mean? With the content I reacted to like last week, yeah, on my other channel, I'm assuming. No, I'm gonna assume. You know what I mean? But I could be wrong. If you know, you know in it. Like if yeah, my other channel, I went into details, and I'm gonna react to something else. Where you know what I mean? Screwface G. Anyway, listen, get me. So when I'm ready to head over to that channel, make sure you subscribe to that channel. By the way, it's real versatile. The link is I say the link is in the description below, but it's actually in the box. You know what I mean? It's actually in the box on the scrolling thing. Anyway, okay, moving. So here we are. So if you find content of violence, okay, forget all that. We already know that. Um, if specific threats are made against you and you feel unsafe, report it directly to your local law enforcement agency. What this policy means for you? If you're posting content, don't post content on YouTube if it fits any of the description noted below. Content that contains prolonged insults or slurs based on someone's intrinsic attributes. These attributes include their protected group status, physical attributes, or the status as a survivor of S assault, or non-consensual intimate imagery distribution, domestic A, child A, and more. Content uploaded with the intent to shame, deceive, or insult a minor. This means intended to make a minor feel unpleasant emotions like distress, shame, or worthlessness, intended to trick them to behave in ways that may harm themselves or their property, or engaging in name calling towards them. A minor is someone under 18 years old. Hey, listen, do you know what? With all this said, yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. This is probably gonna be the last one I do for today, and let's get on to the next one that probably, most probably tomorrow. Um, because when I think about it, this is a nice segue for me to head on to my other channel, because the first song I'm gonna react to is Akadidi by Screwface G. You know what I mean? Like that's the first thing I'm gonna react to. And I like, because I used to do radio as well. Like you know what I mean. Like I understand how segue works, and you know what I mean. It's just so it's like a natural default setting to me. Like I naturally know how to segue into the next subject. Like naturally know how to do it. You know what I mean. But what do you naturally know how to do? Leave your answer comments below. Let's not make this all about me. All right. But anyway, other types of content violate this policy: content that shares, threatens, or shares or encouraging others share non-public personal identifiable information. Uh, P P what includes oh personal identifiable information PII includes but isn't limited to home address, email addresses, sign-in credentials like a username or password, phone numbers or passport numbers, medical records, or bank account information. This doesn't include posting widely available public information like official's office phone number or the phone number of a business. This policy applies sharing your own personal identifiable PII, sharing information, someone else's PII, and situation where you accidentally share PII. Content must clearly indicate when fake PII is shared. For example, using fake login credentials as part of training. Okay, I hear that. Um, this is interesting. So I'm also watching the game. It's so interesting now. One game, Bournemouth beat Nottingham Forest 5-0, and then they lose practically. They're going to lose this game. It's inevitable. And then the following week, Nottingham Forest doing 7-0. That's football for you. Anyway, let me get back on topic. Content that encourages abusive behavior, like brigrading. Brigrading is when an individual encourages coordinated abuse of identifiable individuals on or off YouTube. Content that promotes harmful conspiracy theories or targets someone by claiming they're part of a harmful conspiracy theory or wait, what? Content that promotes harmful conspiracy theories or that targets someone by claiming they're part of a harmful conspiracy theory. A harmful conspiracy theory is one that has been linked to direct threats or violent acts. Okay, still not understand that, but we keep it moving. Content that threatens identifiable individual or their property, that includes implicit threats that don't specify or a time, place, that but may feature weapon. For example, right? For example, uh, content that depicts a stage meetup that is used to accuse identifiable individual in egregious misconduct with a minor. Um, okay, I don't know what's happened to my laptop just now. Maybe because it's switching to nighttime, it just automatic settings, bro. I don't know. Anyway, let me see. I can't even see on my phone. Where was I? So, without the presence of a law enforcement, content that depicts a vigilante restraining and assaulting individuals engaging in a dangerous or reckless vehicle pursue or apprehend an individual. Content revealing or mocking the of a serious injury identifiable individual. Content realistically simulates individual describing that or violence expressed experience, should I say. Content that depicts creators simulate an act of serious violence against others, for example, or torture, maimings, or beatings, and more. Content that contains stalking. Darwin Nunes is injured again. Anyway, content that denies, minimizes someone who was victim of a well documented. Let me just see this in. Okay, he's alright. He's a soldier. Where was that? Content or minimize for victims of a major violent event. Content that contains unwanted mesmerizations of an identified individual includes content that describes someone in a lewd, degrading, or explicit manner. Content that shares requests or shows how to distribute a non-consensual intimate imagery. Content that fantasizes about, threatens, or supports as assault. There is a lot here. All right, this policy applies to videos, description, comments, live streams, and any other ISP. We understand. Exceptions. I'm just gonna summarize this. I will not lie to you. All right, this is just too much to read, Brad. So exceptions: debate related to high-profile official or leaders, scripted performances, harassment, education, awareness. You know what I mean? Those type of things. There. All right, so there's no point in going through all this. I'll be honest with you, because we already know what happens if content violates this policy, and we already know, like, just by we already know, like, we don't necessarily need examples either. Monetization and other penalties. In some cases, rare cases, we may remove content. Do you know what I mean? It's basic. We know that they may remove content. We know this already. All right. We know this already. All right. So there's something we don't have to always go over. But anyway, let me know what your thoughts are on these particular community guidelines, because when it's all said and done, right? When it's all said and done, there's a lot to genuinely go through, right? There's a lot. I thought I could just run through them all today. I'll be honest. I wasn't able to, but maybe the next one I'll be able to, because obviously I got to do the harmful and I got to do this content, this. What else is there? I think I know there's this. You know what I mean? So I feel like, yeah, maybe in the next one by tomorrow, I'll literally be able to. It's either tomorrow or the week after. I'll be able to get into it. All right, Southampton about to get their first win in how many months? Right, they're happy they got their win. Congratulations. Everton murked Leicester. Nah, Ruth Van Nistelrooy, I feel bad for their brother. Still, But anyway, forget football. we're gonna go on to my other stream. You know what I mean? Gonna drink some water, eat for a bit. You know what I mean? And we're gonna react to. You know what I mean? In fact, maybe I should pull that. Oh, I can't even put it up on my phone. But basically, there's a stuff that I'm gonna react to. Yeah, I'm gonna react to Screwface. You hear me? The tune AK Diddy by Screwface. We're gonna react to some Big Bang. You know what I mean? We're gonna react to some G Dragon. Yeah, we're gonna react to. Do you know what I mean? The situation. There's so much things to react to over there. Gonna get into more details in regards to breaking down. Yeah, Drake's lawsuit against UMG. I know. Look, I may be a week or two behind certain content. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But some information that needs to be said. You know what I mean? That knowing that content is that in terms of the lawsuit, is that what does it mean? The fact that you mentioned content creators, I need to understand it properly. What does that mean? You know what I mean? Where do we go from here? Because defamation is a big deal. But anyway, let me know what your thoughts are on this particular stream and video in general. Do you understand? Because at the end of the day, we don't want to violate any policies or any YouTube community guidelines. We have to do. So let me just read it. Okay, Newcastle lost. Thank you for them, our neighbours. That means Chelsea got to make sure they win on Monday, bruv. They got to make sure. And obviously Liverpool beating Bournemouth, that's also good. Do you know what I'm saying? I know Man City are going to handle Arsenal. I know they will. Yeah, this was a good result for Chelsea. If they win. If they win, it's good. But I don't know these days. I'm trying not to care about Chelsea Football Club these days. Yeah, I'm trying not to. But anyway, like, follow, share, subscribe for more. Yeah. Make sure you subscribe to Real Versatile. I'm gonna go live on that channel soon anyway. Yeah, so stay tuned.